gentlemen, with a question that's on everybody's minds this week. It involves the question of interference in our elections, but this is the complaint that's been raised by the still unidentified whistleblower, whose complaint is now before the House Intelligence Committee and is the subject of an intense national discussion going all the way to the issue of impeachment. Without asking you what you think about whether the president should be impeached, I do want to ask you each the baseline question, whether you, as experts in this area, find the whistleblower's complaint, which we've now read, urgent and credible. Those are the words that were used. And then second, whether you would think that it ought to be investigated to determine whether it's accurate.
Well, maybe I should start, since it's the intelligence community, and I'm very familiar with the Intelligence Community Whistleblower Protection Act and the complaints that are submitted with it. I would say that of all the whistleblower complaints that I ever saw during my 6.5 years as DNI, that this one was the best written, best prepared, footnoted, and caveated as appropriately it should be. And the law prescribes that once a whistleblower complaint is submitted, it goes directly to the Intelligence Community Inspector General, which became statutory during my time as DNI, and accordingly acts independently. The Inspector General makes a determination about, is the complaint credible? I don't recall ever having one that was declared to be urgent. And so that was done. The whistleblower complied meticulously with the provisions of the law. And for me, it was one of the most credible, compelling such complaints I've ever seen. Should it be investigated? Absolutely. That's the whole premise of the Whistleblower Protection Act, is that serious, credible complaints of wrongdoing should be accordingly investigated.
Mike, what's your feeling about those same issues? Was it credible, urgent, and should it be investigated?
Well, I can't judge whether it's credible, because I think you have to obviously investigate. You have to determine what the basis of knowledge is. Does the person, were they in a position to know certain things or not know certain things? There are probably going to be other people who would have to be talked to. What I would say is this, though. Obviously, it's a matter of significant concern. Any investigation ought to be dispassionate, fair, thorough, and expeditious. What should not happen is people announcing the result they think they're going to get before the investigation is done, because that impairs the credibility of the whole process.
If I could add just one
Yes.
other point, just to be clear, that the law stipulates a period of 14 days, I believe, where the Inspector General can investigate the allegation that's contained in the complaint. And that was done in this case, where there was, within the time limit of 14 days, a corroboration, at least in the IG's mind, before he forwarded it.